Hey then everyone, welcome along. Okay, so just a sort of quick video of what I see the state of ACC, Assetto Corsa Competizione on the console platform, mainly the Xbox Series S and X. Obviously I took a break from the game for a few weeks, jumped onto Forza Motorsport when it came out. I sort of lost my way with ACC. When I left the game, it was in a good state. It progressed along quite quickly. We sort of jumped to the 1.9, same as PC. We were very close to where PC was, and I'm not sure if we had a few cars come. I can't, like I said, 100% sure, to be fair, or yeah, can't remember. But obviously I walked away from it when Forza Motorsport was released, which I am sort of looking back now, I'm glad I did, because it sort of give me the break from it, and then I've sort of got my enthusiasm back for it. Now I jumped back on it probably a couple of weeks ago, and there was an update, and I think it's now running the 1.9.5, which is I think pretty much what the PC run. So then I find out that crossplay is enabled, which I was shocked at. I didn't think would ever come to console. Crossplay to obviously the Xbox side and the PlayStation side. Now it's not without its issues, as they sort of seem to do. Now I'm not going to bash 505 and Untold. This isn't a video for that. This is just, I said, my thoughts on the state of sort of the console version, and whether being sort of the start of 2024, the people that have come along and sort of seen it and think, well, should I download it? Should I play it? So yeah, but sort of going forward from that, as I said, with the crossplay, I was shocked. Like I think a lot of other people maybe didn't see it coming. Now it's, I mean, I've been on it a few times, public lobbies. I think G Portal have now, over the last 2 weeks maybe, updated their settings and stuff for their servers, so there is a tab that you can click to enable crossplay as well, on a private or yeah, sort of private-ish server, public or private, the ones we basically pay for. So, but it's not without its issues at the minute, namely being the dashboarding. I did make a video a few weeks back, which I noticed the way of sort of getting around it. It's sort of a workaround. It seems to work for some people and not work for others. But yeah, I just believe that hopefully when the next patch comes out, they can rectify this, because as I said, I think it's a good step forward for 505 and Untold to sort of bring both communities of console together, because as we always noticed, the more players are on PC, it's as simple as that. I think we looked at it maybe even over 2 years ago, a year and a half, 2 years ago, to sort of compare the numbers that were physically online at the time that you jump on PC to Xbox, and obviously I think it was like 3,500 on PC at sort of any one time, to around maybe a few hundred if you were lucky to do with the Xbox. So I believe it's a good thing that they've done, because as I said, it brings sort of both communities together. Hopefully going forward, I mean, I run with RPM Motorsport in their World Series, and I hope to see, I think coming the season after this one, the crossplay being enabled, and as I said, yeah, getting the PlayStation guys over, so then to get more drivers in the lobbies. I think it's such a, like I said, such a good idea, or good thing that's been enabled. So I mean, bar the dashboard, which I know they'll get sorted out, because they have come a long way from when it first got released on the next gen. As we all know, that the up and downs we had, the frustrations we had, but they have come a long way. So obviously going forward from this, in my mind, and that's it, this is just my what I've seen or felt, or I mean the whole sort of aspect, because I have it on both platforms, on Xbox and PC. Now I always notice, especially sort of possibly the tail end of the 1.8, going into the 1.9, that the PC version always seemed to feel like the cars have more grip. This is like apples to apples comparison. Same car, same track, same tune or setup. So it always, to me, that the Xbox felt the cars were a little bit more slidey. They weren't as not so much stable, just sort of grip wise. But now with the 1.9.5 on console, to me it feels like the console's got more grip. You're sort of almost up to speed a lot quicker. You can throw the cars in a lot more with a lot more confidence. Obviously, going on from last week when I jumped onto LFM for the first time for very close to a year, yeah, I was just sort of shocked how not so much little grip, but there definitely was a difference between the console version and yeah, the PC version, and it seems to me it's gone the other way. It's not like it was, where to me it was always the PC version would have more grip, the console version would have slightly less, and then when I was sort of flitting back and forth, you had to sort of obviously take that into consideration. Could have been the tire model, I don't know. Yeah, it just, yeah, I don't know. I said I can't put my finger on it. I'm not a developer. I don't know what they've done. Obviously, it's not a massive issue for me. Obviously, I'm driving a different car in the Lambo for the World Series, which I've not drove before. But like I say, you just get used to it at the end of the day. But as I said, as far as sort of feelings and everything else, this is the way I'm seeing it. Everything else is very close to PC. Obviously, going forward from this, we've got the GT2s coming out on PC very soon. I think possibly this month. We've got the Nordschleife coming out as well. So I think when these get released on PC, you're probably looking at a month, maybe a little bit more. They seem to be quite quick now to bring it to console, which is really good. So yeah, like I said, I think the state of the game as it sits, and especially on console, is in a really good place at the minute. So if anyone that is having sort of reservations of whether to try it, has never tried ACC, I'd say go for it. If you're into driving games and everything else, I'd say go for it. It's progressed so far from what it started out as, even all the way back on the Xbox One, when I used to always say, you jump from PC where the graphics were so much better over to Xbox One, and it used to almost hurt your eyes because it was almost like a fuzz kind of thing, like an old school television where you used to get the fuzzy picture or no picture, and it was just like the white and black fuzz. It was almost like that it would hurt your eyes driving down on the track. It was just bizarre. But like I said, they've come along so far, so much. As I say, yeah, I'm not going to lie and turn around and say that they wasn't without its issues. It certainly was, and I know we've all been through it. And yeah, but it's as I said, from a sort of perspective of the game and where it is now, I'm glad they've pulled their finger out. I'm glad they've realised that there is a player base on console, and more so now that with the cross-platform, that the two sort of platforms have come together. Do I think that PC will be introduced to the cross-platform? I don't know. It can be. I've seen certain games where you've got PlayStation, Xbox and PC all in the sort of same lobby. Not a driving sim, I don't think. A completely different genre of game. But I think they can. But from a perspective of, say, the likes of Forza, where it's cross-play to the PC, to the Xbox, I do believe they'd have to cap the PC's frame rate in online races to 60. Because, as well, a lot of people know that the more frames you run, basically that you have got an advantage, because just yeah, the nature of the beast to do with that. So obviously the consoles are capped to 60, as far as I'm aware, no matter what. Possibly there is a mode, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm probably getting mixed up with Forza, where you can run a lower quality but a higher frame rate. But as I said, I think for sort of apples to apples, for it to come to PC as being part of the crossplay as well, they would have to cap it to 60, which, to be honest, I don't think many people would be annoyed at, because then you're bringing all three communities together. So you're sort of, yeah, bumping up the numbers of how many people are racing and how many people are online at any one time and stuff like that. And I do believe it would be a good way to go. Obviously, I don't know, again, as a dev, how difficult it would be to implement a crossplay to the PC. But again, I've sort of heard people come on my stream and stuff and say in the chat, do you think it will come to PC? I'd like to see it come, the cross-platform of all three platforms come together. It would be a really, really good way to go. And I think it would just finish off the sort of game, but just polish it off, round it off, so to speak. But I do believe ACC is in a very good place going forward this year. I really do. I know there's other titles that are coming out. And I think I've always said it, because ACC's been out a while now. It's been out a few years, that they've perfected it. They've made it better. They've better from a standpoint of the whole sort of field, the quality of the game and everything else. Maybe not so much the BOP. A lot of people jump on that. Obviously, thank goodness the sort of drivers that are painstakingly created this LFM BOP. For anyone that doesn't know what it is, it's basically drivers have gone out on one track in all the cars that are in the game, pretty much all the GT3s, I think, and they've said what the difference is in lap time, and then they've adjusted ballast to do with that. So they've tried to level the playing field with all the GT3s, instead of somebody having the meta car, as we all know, the quickest car in the game, the easiest to drive, so to speak. They've actually tried to eradicate this by adding ballast to cars that are quicker on a certain track than others, to do with the other cars, which I do believe is a really good idea. Why Assetto Corsa or 505 haven't, or even Kunos, I suppose, because it's on PC as well, why they haven't introduced this. They tend to introduce new GT3s and they sort of seem to just go straight to the sort of top of the pile of the quickest cars, which, yeah, it is a little bit strange. But I mean, with that, as I said, they've even brought the way to do BOP on the console as well, which is really good, which you can do in the sort of G portal or server if you rent a server, which again is really good. And again, RPM Motorsport are running that this year for the first time. So it's, like I say, it levels the playing field. No one can ever point the finger and say, oh, well, you're in the meta BMW M4, or you're in the meta McLaren 720 Evo 2. You know what I mean? It's more down to the driver, not specifically the car. So like I said, which is really, really good. But as I said, just a sort of, well, it was supposed to be a quick video. It sort of rambled on for sort of over 12 minutes now. But like I said, just a video I thought I'd make on where I see ACC, especially on console, but the sort of whole package. As I said, things that are coming this year, things that people are really, really excited about, and the sort of state of the game. And as I said, if you've never played it before, if you've got either console or PC, I would 110% say, yeah, get the game. It is, or the sim title, it is really, really good, and it's come along a long way from where it started. And sort of maybe looking over to sort of Forza Motorsport, I think this is why we're not sort of completely giving up on it yet, because we know a game can start off only being, I don't know what, 50, 60, 70% complete with its bugs and everything else, but it can get to a working state, a very good working state. So like I said, hopefully, I mean, I do hope anyway, that Forza does get itself sorted. The people over at Turn 10, the devs and everything else, pull their finger out, because all we want is a properly polished working game, which it's not at the minute. Yes, it sort of works to a point, but as I said, it can still be frustrating. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here anyway, guys. And like I said, hopefully this has sort of cleared up a few issues. If you, like I said, you're a new player, or you've never played the game and you want to sort of jump in on whether it be console or PC, I've sort of answered maybe a few questions. But yeah, anyway, guys, any, I said, comments from this video, anything you want to, or questions answered or anything like that I haven't covered, as always, leave a question in the description box below. And yeah, as always, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to the channel before and you fancy subscribing, then smash the subscribe button. That says it makes the channel, or helps the channel, it pushes us along, We are ticking over. We've just gone over 1.5k subs, which is, yeah, really, really good. So, but I'm going to stop waffling on. And as always, guys, yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.